Yo, 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 and we are recording.
Let me know if my fan is bothering anybody. Can you guys even hear it?
All the fans are bothering me. The fans are fucking smart. Is that what you meant? Fuck. So, we're just going to kind of do this little quick thing, I guess. I'm probably just going to put this up on YouTube. Maybe I'll put some pictures in it. It'll be fun. We're doing this because, specifically Mike, but because the finish to Raw night kind of sucked.
Yeah.
For those who didn't watch it, Raw was, it was a weird Raw because there were some really good things in there. Ryback versus Daniel Bryan was a good match.
It was a brilliant match.
Because Daniel Bryan.
I'll attribute some of it to Ryback. I think
some of it to Ryback.
A lot of his problem recently is that he's been stuck against schlubs like Mark Henry and John Cena, who they need guys to work with that can actually work to pull out a good match. And Ryback he's one of those guys too. And if you put those two guys together, it's not usually a great match. But put someone in there with Daniel Bryan, they can usually pull out something pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
And so there was that, and then there was just. Okay, that was maybe the only good thing about Raw. I'm trying to think of anything else good about it.
The opening match.
Yeah, it was good.
Six-man was good.
Again, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And
I'd even say the tag match between the Primetime Players and the Usos was good if the crowd wasn't just dog dead for the whole thing.
Well, probably because the crowd doesn't know anything about either of those tag teams, aside from the Primetime Players are stereotypically black and the Usos are stereotypically Samoan.
Yeah.
That was like the ultimate race war.
But they still did good.
They did. And kudos to the Usos for actually winning on Raw.
Yeah, on TV.
Holy shit. Go Usos.
They let him win?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was the face paint. The Samoa Ultimate Warriors.
Yeah, the Samoa Ultimate
I like
Warrior.
that. And then there was some other nonsense. Like I saw you kind of bitched about the same thing I did when the Shield came out to interrupt the McMahons and they went to commercial and they came back and they were like, well, if you were watching on the WWE app, you saw Vince and Stephanie leave the ring and the Shield enter the ring without incident.
Yeah,
so if I watched on the WWE app, I saw nothing happen.
And
I saw an old man and his daughter calmly leave the ring.
And you have a group like the Shield who's just been beating the shit out of everybody. You have the owner of the company and his daughter in the ring. They come out and interrupt them, and that leads to nothing.
If it was 1999, Vince McMahon wouldn't be seen for a month.
No.
Stephanie McMahon wouldn't be seen for at least a week and a half.
And to go to commercial, with the whole thing, what's the Shield going to do to the McMahons? And then to come back and be like, oh yeah, nothing happened, you didn't miss anything. It's like, that was the worst timing and booking that they could have possibly done at that point. It started Raw off really bad.
Yeah. But that being said, we're here to complain about one thing, and that is the quote-unquote main event, which should have been Ryback versus Daniel Bryan.
Yes. That
should have been the main event. But no, John Cena was in the building tonight, and if Triple H isn't wrestling, John Cena has to be the main event. Or if The Rock's not here.
Yeah, if any part-timers aren't around, then John Cena needs to fill that gap.
Yeah. So the main event was John Cena versus Curtis Axel in a no disqualification match because last week Curtis Axel in his second match since his re-debut technically defeated John Cena.
Well, it was his third match because he had that match with Sin Cara on SmackDown.
That's right. Was the Sin Cara match pinfall win? Yes, it was. So he's got
both SmackDown since his debut. He's faced Sin Cara and beat him by pinfall. But no one watches SmackDown, so it doesn't really matter. It may as well have happened at a house show.
So he's had 4 matches, 4 TV matches since his debut, 2 pinfalls, both against Sin Cara. God damn. A DQ win over Triple H. Well, it wasn't really a DQ. It was
match stoppage.
Match stoppage. But a DQ win over John Cena because Ryback interfered, right? Yes. So tonight, they did a no disqualification match, John Cena versus Curtis Axel, to settle this once and for all because, nobody ever interferes when it's a no disqualification match at the end of Monday Night Raw.
Oh, no.
Nobody's pissed at John Cena right now.
No one wants the belt. No one is ever mad at the world champion.
If he still had the spinner one, Ryback would be like, one! I can use it as a lazy Susan and put my meats on it. God, if they kept the spinner belt, they could have done that with Ryback. That would have been amazing. Him just, backstage with a bunch of, meat products on the spinner belt, using it to just spin around and get him closer to him. Missed out.
That was all meat, just different food items.
Yeah.
I feel like vegetables now.
Anyways, the point is, it was a shitty. Well, it was a mediocre match.
Yeah, I mean, it was those two guys doing a no DQ match on TV, so they're not going to give away any big spots because it's just Monday Night Raw. But
yeah, God forbid anything big happen on TV anymore.
No, I don't want to give people a reason to watch your show.
You need to pay for the pay-per-view to see the cool shit happen. But I know in particular Mike's fury came from the match, which is no disqualification.
Yes, they announced it to be no disqualification, and then about midway through the match, Cena and Axel are fighting on the outside, and they make a note that the referee has already counted up to 7. They better get back in the ring, or it'll end in a countout in a no disqualification match.
That's fucking weird.
And the internet seemed to agree with that it was weird until, who was it?
Joey Cardenas. Wasn't that his name?
Joey Cardenas. Jimmy Corderas.
Jimmy Corderas. That was close.
Close enough.
Johnny Corduroy. He came along. Jimmy Corderas, who used to be a referee in WWE, came along and said that there is a distinction between disqualification and countout, even though every single person on Twitter, including active wrestlers, were like, why are they counting on a no disqualification match? It's clear that to everyone else there is no distinction between disqualification and countout until Jimmy Corderas brings this up. And it's like, no, there is no countouts in no disqualification matches. A countout win is a disqualification win. It is one and the same. You cannot have a countout in a no disqualification match. Jimmy Corderas is an idiot. I don't care how long he's been a referee. He's an idiot. God. That just when... he said that, and I said something about, what flavor of bullshit is that? He came back, what different things did you not, or what part of 2 different things did you not get? I said, I got it perfectly, it's still bullshit. And he came back, sure, whatever you say. And then I had someone else saying that I'm going to take the advice of the guy who was actually involved in these type of matches, and you're also an idiot, because you cannot have a count out in a no DQ match.
Yeah.
Take a drink now because I'm mad.
Angry Mike. They've ruined Curtis Axel already.
So now we already said that he had a DQ victory over Triple H and a DQ victory over John Cena. Now he has 2 DQ victories over John Cena, weirdly enough, in a no disqualification match at that.
The people on one of the wrestling forums I frequent are already calling him Count Out Curtis.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck is the point of him being a badass if all he does is win by countout?
Yes.
Well, he has to be a badass, but they can't give him a legitimate victory over the top guys, because then the top guys look weak, because they can't have Kurt Axel look better than Triple H.
Well, I mean, even if it was a fluke victory, I would have been perfectly fine if it being a no disqualification match, Ryback came out to build the feud with him and John Cena, attacked Cena, and then Axel pinned him. It's at least that would have been a pinfall victory. Sure, there would have been an asterisk next to that, but it would have still been a pinfall. And it would have been something different, something that they haven't already done 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
Oh, God, but yeah, they've just wrecked this character already, and it's the first time that he actually has a legitimate match, he's going to lose. And then there goes all the momentum that he's had, what little he has had.
I'm already kind of thinking there's going to be some kind of payback gimmick match between Axel and Triple H.
Oh, of course there is.
In a steel cage.
And, then Triple H is going to win.
No, what'll happen is Lesnar will come out and rip the door off the cage, and Triple H will lose by shenanigans, and then at SummerSlam they'll be like, Brock and Triple H really got to settle the score this time.
For the third time, for the last time.
Fourth time.
Ah, Jesus, you're right.
They're going to settle the score that they didn't settle in the last 3 matches that they've had.
They're going to settle the score that's 3-1. Wait, Brock Lesnar, best out of 5.
Yeah, I can't get it. I can't figure it out what their plan is.
They don't have one.
It hurts me.
Sad.
WWE, you are physically hurting me with your stupid decisions. What made it even worse is that through the entire show, Stephanie's kind of like burying Axel, saying that he's not Triple H fighting.
I remember because I tweeted that a few times. I was like, we've already given him 2 DQ victories. He's the only guys he's got a pinfall over is Sin Cara. I don't think we're helping him by having Vince and Stephanie scream for 3 hours. Curtis Axel is below you.
Yeah. I mean,
he's not worth it, Triple H.
One could make the argument that they were just trying to get Triple H to realize that it wasn't worth the fight so that he wouldn't injure himself. But it does come across as being like, no, you're better than him. You don't need to fight him.
Yeah. Because they said you're better than him. You don't need to fight him. That's why it comes across as it. They could have said the last time you fought him, you really fucked up your shit.
But that
they could have just
with that though, it would have wanted Triple H to fight him again, though.
Yeah,
being like, he beat you last time.
More importantly,
I'll show him.
Did Stephanie look hot at least?
Yeah, of course.
It's
that's what's important.
It's funny as you say like that. I'm looking at a GIF of Triple H going. It's this GIF actually.
It says JPEG.
You bastard.
You promised me a GIF and you sent me a JPEG.
It's a GIF.
Grumbly, Triple H is grumbly. Oh, that's after Orton DDT'd Stephanie. And he had to show how angry he was at Orton for attacking his wife.
Because he's also sad because he loves her so damn much.
But yeah, it dawned on me how strange it is that last night was a TNA show, tonight was a WWE show, and I really, really preferred the TNA show.
Well, you know, it's that post-WrestleMania off-season for WWE. Now it's the time where they just throw everything at the wall to see what sticks, and then if it sticks, they're going to retcon it and use it closer to WrestleMania.
It just... I can't do it. I can't do it.
So if you would like to send Mike a hug,
yes.
Twitter.com/squaredcircle_.
Yes, please. All the hugs.
Just type #HugMike. Get it trending. It's way classier than #LadyParts.
Only a little bit.
But if you'd like to send Mike your lady parts too,
yeah, I'll take those.
He'll take lady parts. He'll take a lady part hug.
That sounds kind of disturbing. Just put a box of your lady parts and mail them to me. I don't want the lady attached. I just want the parts.
Just the parts. The parts are the best part. Got it out of your system now, Mike?
Yes, I needed to call...
You feel better now?
I needed to call Johnny Corduroy and all of his minions just complete idiots. I'm surprised that a referee, after everyone else said, no, it's this way, came out and was like, no, you're wrong. If everyone goes left and you go right, no, you're wrong.
So Stephanie and Vince came out just to say that Triple H couldn't wrestle? Or couldn't wrestle or something?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Stephanie came out and rambled, and then Vince came out and agreed with her. With his dyed hair and refurbished pompadour. Yeah, it was a bad show. With some...
I'm trying to see if there's any kind of history of DQ matches that have been... Because, every Wikipedia page, of course, now says DQ matches, no DQ matches can end in countouts, and every one of them has been edited in the last hour.
Yeah.
Vince ran to Gorilla and yelled, "Everybody get on Wikipedia!"
Oh, please, like Vince knows what Wikipedia is.
Everybody get out your Encyclopedia Britannicas.
And I'm not convinced that the Twitter account, that's even though it's official, is actually him tweeting.
It's not. It's Triple H with another cell phone. Ah. He's got one in each hand because, he's got to be the best Twitterer ever. Alright. Well, now that that's out of Mike's system, we'll see you guys next week for the Real Raw Reactor. Hey, look at it this way. There's only Impact and SmackDown between now and then. I mean, what could they possibly do that's worse than this?
Oh, it hurts.
And, yeah. And make sure you check out ARG, which will go up Friday. And at some point, make sure you check out our commentary of the room.
Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow.
Doing that tomorrow. Well, technically we're doing that today. Well, I'm doing that today. You guys are still doing that tomorrow.
Are you really going to make me do that right after that mess of a main event?
No, Mike, no. I'm going to make you do it 24 hours after that mess of a main event.
Oh.
See y'all next week.